In this video, I am going to teach you 5 powerful business lessons you should learn from the crash of the CBEX. Now, if you are completely unaware of what CBEX is all about, it is a Ponzi scheme that crashed in Nigeria and people lost over 1.3 trillion naira. 1.3 trillion naira gone. Okay, I have made a video in this channel discussing all about CBEX, but today I'm going to discuss 5 powerful business lessons you should learn from it. In business, in order to increase, raise or make more money in business, there are 2 possible ways to raise money, capital in business. The first one is to have people invest in your business. The second one is to raise money to your customers by selling your products massively. And that is the most reliable one. And that is what we are going to discuss today. Powerful secrets that you can use in order to make more sales. Even when you are doing nothing, you'll be making sales. The first one is that before you even start the business, do an in-depth research of the market. Carry out a deep, thorough, detailed research. When I say detailed research, I do not say basic information like the type of customers that you are going to serve, what is their sex, what is their race, where do they live, what do they eat the most. No, this is not in-depth research. In in-depth research, you will tap into their fear. What are their fears? What are their hopes? What are their desires? What is it that they are afraid of? What is it that keep them awake at night, thinking on how to solve it? That is how you research and find out what the customers you are going to serve are. Once you have a reliable customer base that is hungry for your products, then you do not have to struggle to make any sales. So this Ponzi scheme, they have researched thoroughly and find out the kind of people we are in Nigeria. And that is why, and they do not even stop there. They find out the particular region. That is why it has always been Ibadan. There must be something they have found out about that Ibadan, that they are there. So carry out an in-depth research of your market, right? Then the next thing is sell only what people want to buy. In business, there is no emotion. There is no, this is what I like, this is what I want to sell, right? You sell only what customers want to buy. Of course, you will have to, it has to be something that you morally agree with. There are certain things that customers want to buy, but because you morally do not agree with it, you will not sell, right? So this is an exception. But then find out what people are willing to pay money for. If people are willing to pay money for something, it means they perceive that thing to be bigger or better than the money they are going to spend, which is going to make it easy for them to buy your product, right? These guys in this CBEX, they understood that Nigerians, right? Nigerians want quick money and they want it without working. This is not a general statement for all Nigerians, but most of us were like that. We want it quick and we want it without stress. That is why it is difficult for, you see someone, it is difficult for a Nigerian to learn a skill that will take him 1 year. But you say you don't have money to pay for the program, but you will go and use ×3, ×4 of that money to invest in a Ponzi scheme because they promise him fast return on investment without making effort, right? So find out what people are really willing to buy and only sell what they want. In Nigeria, there are markets that are evergreen. Beauty is one of them. Merriment, Celebrations. Nigerians will always find a way to celebrate even if there is financial crisis, even if it means for them. Now it is Nigerians would rather celebrate and get people clap for them than for them to make this thing, to pay their bills. They can delay their bills in order to celebrate, right? So merriment, if you wrap your business around celebration, organizing event and all that, Nigerians will buy from you. Beauty products, anti-aging, anti whatever, look young forever, whatever, Nigerians will always pay you in this market, right? The next thing is how to have better sex at any age, even if you don't deserve it. Nigerians would always go for this, even though most of these things don't work, right? Most of them don't work. Nigerian will always spend money on sex, enlargement. It can be long lasting, 1 hour on top. What are you doing for 1 hour, right? Nigerians will always pay money for this. So these people have identified all these things before they go into it. Gambling is one thing that Nigerians will always go for, but like I told you, always choose businesses that agrees with your moral and your religion. Okay? Gambling is another thing that Nigerians will always spend their money on. Right? Number 3 is understand the power of influential marketing. Influencers, people that have audience that trust them. Celebrities are very powerful in marketing in Nigeria and Africa at large. I have noticed, I have worked with clients in Nigeria, in almost all, in, let me not say almost all Africa, but all the African English speaking African countries. I have worked with clients, and UK, US and all those things, but I have never seen a place where powerful influencers work like in Africa, right? That is why you will see something that someone is struggling to sell, an influencer will just come out and say that this thing is good, and before you know, everybody will be rushing to it. That is why big companies are paying influencers as high as $1 million annually for them to advertise for them. So if you have the budget, always use influencers in your business. They are so powerful, right? Because Nigerians trust them, even though even some of them scam people. Nigerians don't care, they still trust them, right? The 4th thing is word of mouth marketing. Tell somebody to tell somebody to tell another person. That is how this whole Ponzi scheme was spread. Tell this person to tell this person to tell this person, right? And the way to get word of mouth marketing is to actually deliver on your promises, which means your product or your service will be of high quality, as well as offering good customer service. If you do this, right, some customers are really crazy, right, but manage them. If you manage them and deliver to them, they will be the one that will help you sell your product. So word of mouth marketing. The next thing is incentivize the process of referral. If you have a referral system, I have a particular app for buying data, all these things. I noticed that because the referral system is not incentivized, people are not referring. But when I incentivize, if you refer, you get this amount of money. Oh, the person is not buying data on my website, but that is the work he's doing. Referring people, right? So incentivize the process of referral. Make sure that you create a referral system in your program and or in your service, and make sure that anybody that refer, there is a form of reward for the person, and you are going to get people advertising your product for you free of charge. So these are the 5 marketing tips you should understand from this crash. If you like this video, share it with people, subscribe to my channel, hit the like button so that you will help YouTube algorithm push this video to other people. See you in some other videos.